Good morning. Thanks to everyone who has supported the channel. This video is for Axolotl. I'm actually going to pin it. So I'm making this video for him. Okay, so it's about Planet Coaster. You don't have to watch it if you don't want. He has gifted me some games in the past: Hogwarts Legacy and Stray. I haven't played Stray yet, but you get to play as a cat in that game, and I actually wanted to record it on video and play it with you. It's supposed to be a short game, but what's the old saying? Throw someone a joint, you keep them high for a day. Teach them how to grow weed, you can keep them high for a lifetime. Oh, by the way, that is one good thing. I do have enough herb to last me probably until springtime because someone gave me a gift a few weeks back, and I'm not saying who it was or how much it was. I wasn't even expecting it, but it was a very nice gift, and yeah, I'm good in that department. that which is cool because it kind of offsets, the cost of heating in wintertime. Yeah, actually it does. So, yeah. You got to be frugal when you do what I do for a living. Uh, I'm not getting big bankroll checks from George Soros. So, Axolotl, I'm going to pin this as the top comment. This is something called Infinity's Guide to Ride Setup. Now, on the good golly Miss Molly scenario, I'm also going to show you how to get a roller coaster that you could beat that real easy. What this is how to set up the rides to make the maximum amount of profit as possible. This is something that was field tested by nerds, put into a spreadsheet. It's no different from build guides for Dungeons and Dragons. You know, they're the kind of video games I play. I'm used to it. It's kind of the approach I take towards games. People play games for different reasons. One of the things people like me find fun in them is figuring out the systems and exploiting them. That's what you do in D&D. That's what you do in CRPGs. Baldur's Gate 3, perfect example. So what this involves is the ride sequences, because Planet Coaster doesn't hold your hand, doesn't tell you anything about this. The scenario before this, Silverstein Manor, they just tell you to optimize ride sequences for the best value for money. Now, I put this to the test yesterday. I built two rides. I built the Cube and Magic Twirl, opened the park, and within 2 weeks of the first month, I had $6,000 profit. And good golly, Miss Molly, with two rides. I built about three more rides. I built a Magic Cat ride, and another. I had my thrill rides to over 1,000 prestige. I was charging literally $28 for them. Second advice: how you go bankrupt in that scenario is watch how much staff you hire, keep it to a minimum, and train up the staff that you have. Optimize all your food shops. Build lots of soda shops on the good golly Miss Molly scenario because everyone gets thirsty. Whatever. And I'll show you how this works, and then I'll show you where I got a coaster because I want to get this scenario done and move on. And so I'll pin this as the top comment, and then I'm going to show you how to actually how that works and show you how I got a coaster yesterday because I was about to hit the $6,000 a month profit for 3 months in a row, and I was trying to build a coaster. I had plenty of money, but the problem was testing the coaster and managing the park at the same time because you, you the micromanaging and the kind of coaster they want you to build on this board is totally unrealistic. In fact, you got to build it backwards. So I found a coaster in the Steam workshop from another nerd who put the time in. Nerds helping nerds. Who'd have thought, right? And okay. This game will load up. All right, everything else is on my other monitor right now. So here we go. So real quick, I'm going to show you how. Now I don't know. You might have hit the 6,000. Now this guide that I'm going to give you is still going to help you because um, it gets your parks going quick. Like I said, I threw 2 rides down, opened up the park. I only had 200 people in the park, and I was at like $5,400 profit. Didn't even hire any staff yet. The only staff I had was I put a tiki chicken and a soda shop up on the first, and then I built a path down. I built a, like I did in that video the other day. And I found this yesterday, so I figured I said I got to share this with Axolotl. Hold on, what are we doing here? Oh, all right. It's just there's a little lag. My workstation, it's a little old, but no big deal. It's because I got a bunch of apps open up right now. It's another reason I had to stop playing Baldur's Gate 3. I need to upgrade my video card. I already know the kind of video card I want for a workstation. Rather than go out and buy a whole new workstation, I just upgrade or clean the part. Actually, I got to take my workstation apart and clean it. And probably, if you know anything about that, redo the thermal seal. I know I'm a nerd. I can take computers apart and put them back together. I'm good with doing stuff like that. Not so great at coding computer code because I just find it boring. Not saying anything bad. Alright, so you see this? I got 8 of the 9 stars. But what I'm going to do is just... Oh, first thing I want to show you. Before we go into the scenario. How do you get a... Well, you probably know about this. Steam Workshop. There's no shame in doing this. Good gully coaster. I'll show you the one. So you search for what you need. Now, I was looking for a coaster that was going to be cheap to build, no scenery involved already, something that I can build real easy, and I found it right here by Nekoron. It's this one right here. And I'll show you because I'm probably already subscribed to it. You hit the subscribe button, and once you hit the subscribe button, it's in your blueprints. Now, what's good about this coaster? It only costs $17,000. I'm laughing because 17th letter of the alphabet. It only costs $17,000. You could build it right away with taking the loans out, and all you have to do to get the star for this is just test it. And I didn't test it yet because I didn't want to. I'm going to redo Good Golly Miss Molly using the guide that I just showed you. Build probably like 3 or 4 flat rides. Build the coaster first. Easily pay the loan off. And then all I got to concentrate on is just hitting $6,000 a month profit for 3 months in a row, which is going to be pretty easy. And what's good about this coaster is it's real easy to build. But the problem I had yesterday is the way I built my park. I couldn't get it into the park. I had to delete a ride, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well just So I'm going to show you real quick how to put that spreadsheet to use. Now I'll show you what I did with the cube, for example, because and this spreadsheet only covers rides in the base game, not the DLCs. And it's amazing. I mean, how much you have to change the ride sequences, and they don't tell you this in the game. And if you just put down rides and you're not doing that, good luck, because In all honesty, you are not going to beat these scenarios. And this is an quote unquote easy scenario. So I can only imagine what's in store for the harder ones. So, all right, first of all, how to use it. Real simple. I'm going to take a ride here. We're going to take the cube. Yeah, the cube is the one I did. I did it on this side yesterday because you could squeeze it in here real easy. Doesn't matter. We're not playing this scenario. All you got to get the entrance and get the exit so I can test it. That's all. Then, what you want to do, you have here ride sequence, forward flip, all spin, reverse all spin. That's how they start you off with. Now, as it stands, the ride per stage is at 460. Meaning, with no scenery, if you open up the ride right now, you could charge $12.50 for this ride. Not too shabby, you say? What if I told you you could charge $30 for this ride? Now, that's if you do what I'm going to show you and you link the scenery to it, which is this marching knight right here. He could be added as a ride trigger. Ride triggers. I'm not going to get too much into the scenery. This is more about how to sequence the rides correctly. So what we do, we go to our spreadsheet here. We got the cube. I know the text is small on this until you blow it up. Don't worry. We want to go right here to the cube. And what they recommend is go into there, do number 2, the forward flip times 11. Don't do any of the other ride sequences because what happens is it puts the nausea and fear up. Like if you're going clockwise and suddenly the ride stops and then you go counterclockwise, that increases the nausea. They don't tell you that in the game either, but that's simple physics. The same thing applies when you're building coasters. Alright, Brave, stop shooting ads my way, that's annoying. So, you gotta do number 2 times 11. Now when I saw this, I was a little skeptical. I was like, yeah, right. Like this is gonna... Alright, let's go do it. So turn this to forward flip. Turn that to forward flip. We got 3 here, so we need 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now yesterday, I put every one of these ride sequences to a ride trigger, which was the marching knight. That's how I got the prestige up to 1,000. Real simple. It's a lot of clicking. It's a little you know. But so we got 11 forward flips. That's all we got. I'm gonna test the ride. Just let it test. And then I'm gonna delete it. And I should have enough money to show you the coaster. And so we're gonna let that test. Let it do its thing. Now yesterday I had, you know, I did all the scenery and all that stuff, and then I put some shops in and stuff like that. And then I had a path that went down to here, which is awesome because the coaster that I have from the Steam Workshop, the platform goes right there. You basically, it's built in reverse. It drops into the gully, and the chain lift brings you back up to the station. So it's built backwards. Interesting, right? So I'm thinking whoever made this spreadsheet has to maybe be an employee of Frontier Games. Who the hell figured this out for every single ride? You are talking about some serious, yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, there we go. I mean, this is just for the flat rides in the base game, which is fine. Because, and that's the other thing with the scenario. You got to do a lot of research. There are rides that you could research that are smaller, that make more sense. They're the thrill rides. But I'm not doing that right now. What I'm going to do is we need to take some loans out. We're going to need $17,000 to build that. other coaster. But alright, so I tested the cube. Check this out. Prestige is at 659. What does that mean? That means you could charge $3 for every 100 prestige. So now the ride is up to, instead of being $10, is now up to $18.50. And how you get prestige to go up even more is by, adding trigger sequences, connect objects to trigger, put the knight there. Now I just did it for one. There's still 10 more triggers that you can do, and that alone puts the prestige up. It'll have to test again. I think you get the idea. We also don't have any we have a queue scene. We don't have any queue scenery because I didn't put the queue in. See, queue scenery is at 0 because there is no queue. I didn't build it yet. I'm just showing you how much the prestige went up from changing the sequence on the ride. Once you get the scenery put in, and stuff like that, it goes through the. And this is for every ride, regardless of the ride you're building. Wild Blue, this one, I had the prestige up to like 1100. That's Wild Blue. Show you this one. So they recommend that you do the main sequence 4 times, and that's it. So Wild Blue. Oh wait, this is a pain. Go from browser to browser. So yeah, Wild Blue. Go to the sequence. You have 2. They recommend just adding 2 more. That's it. Bam, bam. Test it. Now you'll get the prestige up to, and that's all you had to do is just double the ride sequences on that ride. Some of them are a little more involved, where it will say like put like 1, 2, and 4, 6 times. You get the idea. It's pretty easy to follow the spreadsheet. And then that's it. This ride, I was charging $30. It was making more than roller coasters. It was making a fortune just by increasing the ride sequences and doubling it. Now I'm gonna have to, and then I'll show you how to place that coaster down. Yeah, it's gonna have to test. But, alright, I think you get the idea. Oh, I didn't build the entrance and exit. So, now the coaster. This is the one from the Steam Workshop right here. Coaster of Good Golly Miss Molly by Neko Ron. Here's how you build it. The station, you know about moving stuff with the shift button, right? Up and down. The station is going to be here. See, if you look at the coaster, I'll show you what he did. It drops down into the gully. Then over here, it goes through that little tunnel down there. Obstructed. Hold on. It's a little finicky. Insufficient funds. Shit. You're kidding me. Insufficient funds. Alright. That's because I was playing around with the other rides. That's what I was saying about pausing the game and things going out of control. You see, I don't even have the park. The park's open and I'm losing money right now. So, not a big deal. We're going to do this real quick, and then I'm going to go out and do some food shopping. Or maybe, I don't know. I want to get this scenario done. Maybe, I don't know. I just want to blow through this scenario and then get on to the Chief Beef Carts and Coasters one. That that looks interesting. What am I doing? I'm on the wrong scenario. This is probably why I don't record when I'm building certain things in this game, because I actually had to use something in my brain.
Hey.
Good golly, Miss Melly. Yeah, we're gonna. So there you go. I'm using the same coaster. Ain't no shame. I could build a coaster that works. It's more aggravating than anything, because you would have to. It can be done. I could do it. I'm not. Building coasters is not something I'm scared of. I'm pretty good at it actually, but it's just annoying when you have to build them backwards. Look, I'm a roller coaster tycoon veteran. This ain't my first rodeo. So there, now we have $19,955. So that's what I'm going to do is when I do the scenario, I'm going to build the coaster first. Not on this one because I actually pause the game when I do that. Yeah, it's a little finicky to get it in the right spot. But you want the station. Like right there. It drops down. Hold on. And this is the steel hyper coaster, which it's actually made for long, fast track. Which is why I think intersecting terrain. Yeah, it's a little finicky to get into. Alright, that's got to be going through that cave down there. Well, I did this yesterday. Yeah. So this is the finicky thing, but it's still going to be easier than building a custom coaster. Obstructed, intersecting terrain. This is the hardest thing with getting, but it does work once you get it into the exact spot it's supposed to be. Intersecting terrain. Where's it intersecting? It's clearing down there. Is it supposed to be a little lower? I only wanted this to be like a 10-minute video, but obstructed. I had the thing built yesterday, man. Now see, the park ain't even open, and I lost $1,000 already. That's I had it the other minute when it said insufficient funds. Oh wait, I just heard the. When you hear that sound, I don't see where it's intersecting. All right, now I can see. How did I turn that? Well, I screwed that up because the station's too high. But I took it out of the. Look, there's a loop down here, and he has it built, and I did it yesterday, where you can get that under the cave. It's finicky. I could do it. I'm just gonna restart this. That's why I said when I restart a new scenario, I'll pause the game and do this first because but that's too high. But you know what? Yeah, technically you could still beat the scenario with this because all you got to do is put the entrance on there, put the exit on there, and test the thing. And lapping number of laps one. Yeah, I'm not gonna ride it. I don't want to get the star for this yet, but that coaster will do that part of this. It's supposed to be lower. I think you get the idea. So what he did He has a drop going into the gully. You have to have a 213-foot drop. So it drops into the gully, and then it just goes through this winding turns here to kind of cut the speed down, I guess. Then it just goes back, does a little loop, goes through that little tunnel, and then comes up to a chain lift. And when you put this in the park correctly, it is not in the way of anything else. You can still do the path from right here. You know, where you, the paths in this game alone. I always, yeah, I'm out of money now. It's just a little tricky to place. I'm going to have a path coming down. I'm going to put the cube over there, like what I did yesterday. I have a path coming down, going to that roller coaster. I'll have it closer to the ground. Build a magic cat rides over here and throw in some thrill rides, and I should easily beat this scenario. Anyway, I'll pin this as the top comment, Axolotl. This is the spreadsheet right here. But yeah, that's kind of the idea of what you have to do on this scenario. In this coaster, I looked at a bunch of coasters for this scenario. This one makes the most sense because it's not very intrusive, and everything, the whole entire coaster is in the canyon. So it's not interfering with any rides in the park. You just gotta play around with setting it correctly. Anyway, that's all. Good luck in your endeavors in Planet Coaster. I want to get through the Princess Somali scenarios and be done with it. I want to get on to the what is the next one? I think it's, well, if you go the way they have it, I think it's Chief Beef, and I got a feeling that that scenario is all about staff management because you can't use the staff buildings yet. This one, Chief Beef's Meaty Challenge. Chief Beef's Meaty Challenge. Yeah, no comment. Oh, I can has go-karts. Oak Island. Is that Knights Templar Park? In downtown. These look cool. Different scenario. That's what I want. I want some like different scenery. I've been doing the pirate and the fairy scenery. I want to get into like the western and the sci-fi scenery because that shit looks really cool. In fact, there's a sci-fi scenario, isn't there? Festive Funlands, carnivorous, cavernous coasters. Well, that should be fun. Back from the brink. Get the dinosaur. Yeah. Oh, here it is. This is the sci-fi ones. These look cool. Chops and drops. Yeah, that looks cool. So yeah, I got one more star to beat the, and I will do it. All I gotta do is build that coaster, redo the park, hit the $6,000 a month profit. Real easy, and be done with it. I can get that coaster in there, but you gotta make sure the game's paused because every time the game's unpaused, you're losing money quickly. You seen how fast I lost $1,000 just trying to place that coaster down because I didn't have the game paused. Yeah. Anyway, good luck, Axolotl. Yeah, you're on my my Planet Coaster friends list. Hey, here he is. Yeah, can I share blueprints with you? I don't know. How do we share blueprints with friends? I don't know. View all uploads. I'm not going to re-upload someone else's coaster to the Steam Workshop and say it's mine. I don't do that. That would not be cool at all. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Yeah, I got the latest Steam achievement. Repay a loan of $20,000. That was a fun scenario. I basically had to let the scenario run for an hour on triple speed till the loan paid off. Oh, that was fun. That's before I got the sheet for the how to maximize profits on the rides. Before that, because I would have had that loan paid off faster. Anyway, that's all for the video. Take care and God bless.